Bom, agora eu quero trazer um videozinho para mostrar para vocês muito legal, tá? Esse vídeo foi um vídeo de lançamento de uma campanha que a Apple fez, né? É, Se eu não me engano foi em 97, foi logo após o retorno do Steve Jobs. E essa foi a primeira campanha de marketing, né? A campanha Pense Diferente que a Apple lançou. E eu trouxe esse vídeo aqui por vários motivos, assim, ó. Primeiro porque o Steve Jobs sempre foi um cara que entendeu que a cultura é uma coisa muito importante para as empresas, né? E foi ele, quando ele retornou para a Apple, depois de muito tempo, né, que ele tinha saído e ele retornou como CEO, a Apple estava numa situação muito ruim. Ela estava praticamente à beira assim, da falência, realmente. E o que ele identificou? Ele identificou que os valores e a cultura da empresa não estavam conectados assim com a estratégia. E essa foi a primeira mudança que ele fez dentro da empresa que fez com que a Apple se tornasse a gigante que ela é hoje. Tá? Eu vou mostrar esse vídeo aqui, ele tem legenda, e veja só que legal as coisas que o Steve Jobs fala e como ele consegue tornar essa parte do iceberg que está invisível, visível para todas as pessoas de fora da própria empresa, tá bom? Vamos assistir esse vídeo aqui?
To me, marketing is about values. This is a very complicated world. It's a very noisy world. And we're not going to get a chance to get people to remember much about us. No company is. And so we have to be really clear on what we want them to know about us. Now, Apple, fortunately, is one of the half a dozen best brands in the whole world. Right up there with Nike, Disney, Coke, Sony. It is one of the greats of the greats, not just in this country, but all around the globe. But even a great brand needs investment and caring if it's going to retain its relevance and vitality. And the Apple brand has clearly suffered from neglect in this area in the last few years. And we need to bring it back. The way to do that is not to talk about speeds and feeds. It's not to talk about MIPS and megahertz. It's not to talk about why we're better than Windows. The dairy industry tried for 20 years to convince you that milk was good for you. It's a lie, but they tried anyway. And the sales were going like this. And then they tried Got Milk, and the sales are going like this. Got Milk doesn't even talk about the product. Matter of fact, it focuses on the absence of the product. But the best example of all, and one of the greatest jobs of marketing the universe has ever seen is Nike. Remember, Nike sells a commodity. They sell shoes. And yet, when you think of Nike, you feel something different than a shoe company. In their ads, as you know, they don't ever talk about the product. They don't ever tell you about their air soles and why they're better than Reebok's air soles. What does Nike do in their advertising? They honor great athletes and they honor great athletics. That's who they are. That's what they are about. Apple spends a fortune on advertising. You'd never know it. You'd never know it. So, when I got here, Apple just fired their agency. They were doing a competition with 23 agencies that, 4 years from now would pick one. And we blew that up, and we hired Shite, the ad agency that I was fortunate enough to work with years ago. We created some award-winning work, including the commercial voted the best ad ever made in 1984 by advertising professionals. And we started working about 8 weeks ago. And the question we asked was, our customers want to know who is Apple and what is it that we stand for? Where do we fit in this world? And what we're about isn't making boxes for people to get their jobs done, although we do that well. We do that better than almost anybody in some cases. But Apple's about something more than that. Apple, at the core, its core value, is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better. That's what we believe. And we've had the opportunity to work with people like that. We've had an opportunity to work with people like you, with software developers, with customers who have done it in some big and some small ways. And we believe that in this world, people can change it for the better. And that those people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that actually do. And so what we're going to do in our first brand marketing campaign in several years is to get back to that core value. A lot of things have changed. The market's a totally different place than it was a decade ago. And Apple's totally different, and Apple's place in it is totally different. And believe me, the products and the distribution strategy and the manufacturing are totally different, and we understand that. But values and core values, those things shouldn't change. The things that Apple believed in at its core are the same things that Apple really stands for today. And so we wanted to find a way to communicate this. And what we have is something that I'm very moved by. It honors those people who have changed the world. Some of them are living, some of them are not. But the ones that aren't, as you'll see, you know that if they'd ever used a computer, it would have been a Mac. And the theme of the campaign is think different. It's the people, honoring the people who think different and who move this world forward. And it is what we are about. It touches the soul of this company. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it, and I hope that you feel the same way about it I do.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
Muito legal, né? Eu quero comentar mais um pouquinho agora. Opa! Aqui. Eu quero comentar mais um pouquinho agora sobre o que o Steve Jobs fez na Apple logo que ele retornou, tá? Ele tem uma outra palestra dele, a palestra de apresentação realmente dele, quando ele retornou. Eu acredito que ela também está lá no nosso acervo do Líder Ágil, se você quiser dar uma olhada. Só que essa não possui legenda, infelizmente. Mas ele falou o seguinte, né? Quais as coisas que a primeira coisa que ele fala, assim, ele chega e mostra assim, os problemas que todo mundo estava falando para ele que a Apple tinha. São 3, tá? Então, a Apple tinha se tornado irrelevante naquilo que ela fazia. A Apple não conseguia executar nada. E a cultura da Apple era uma anarquia, que ninguém conseguia gerenciar. E foi sobre esses 3 pontos aqui que ele agiu, né, na cultura da empresa e conseguiu reconstruir a Apple e tornar ela na gigante de hoje.